The most significant project discussed today was a large-scale development behind Arengo's house and next to the existing car park in the Upper Town. The Commission heard from developer Keith Darling, who said his plans are for a building with a contemporary design that continues the linear architecture of the area. He acknowledged the project might be deemed controversial, but said the building, which will cater for 56 apartments and a 70-space car park, could hardly be seen from town due to existing buildings. Mr. Darling said he'd like to grant public access to what historically were the Arengo's Palace Gardens. The intention is to clear up rubble and undergrowth and open a trail that could potentially link to the Upper Rock.
Well, basically hoping to achieve something that is quite unique and iconic for the future of Gibraltar. It's a twofold project, basically incorporating the new design that's been submitted today and also trying to open up an area for the benefit of the general population, specifically in the Upper Town area where there aren't any green spaces and areas, and with the guidance from government hoping to actually bring back the Victorian garden that was there and the walkways that could then link up to the Upper Rock for the future and make it more of a tourist environmental area that can be linking up to the upper walks that are already in the government's portfolio or planning.
Some members of the DPC committee expressed reservations about the design being alien to the old town. Others quite liked the contemporary look. There was consensus regarding the potential for the development to compound traffic problems, especially at peak times for the nearby schools. The developer was asked to study this scientifically. Government ministers Dr. John Cortes and Stephen Linares said they prefer the two cottage properties that are there now, but when it came to the vote, they didn't vote against it. Instead, they abstained. In fact, a majority abstained. Nobody objected. So, with 4 votes in favour, outline planning was approved.
The scheme actually has currently 56 on the drawing table and 70 parking spaces with the facilities going with that. There's a scope for a swimming pool on the top. There's some internal reconfiguration which needs to be looked into, but the scheme that is shown and presented today is basically there as it is. There's very little to be done with it. I'm really pleased with the members, their positive comments regarding to the architecture.
There was less luck for a would-be developer at Catalan Bay, who wants to develop on the site of the building which many will know as the Village Inn. The DPC concluded that the proposal for a 4-storey building was too Costa del Sol, and the heritage value of the village would require a more special design. It refused permission. Earlier on, the DPC committee seemed to regret the position it found itself in respect of the approval of a warehouse, where the plan is to recycle cooking oil at the entrance of the nature reserve. This despite the fact that it was their decision to approve the proposal last November that landed them in an uncomfortable position today. It hinted at the subjectivity that inevitably accompanies the objective guidelines that the DPC tries to adhere to.